Today we're taking a look at these NCAAB matches, which are happening on Thursday, December 8, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. Also, check out our perks and join the High Stakes membership. Joining the High Stakes membership is easy, is cheap, but it will help a lot in the growth process of this channel. Plus, if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. And make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Colorado vs Colorado State. Coming off a first-round NCAA tournament loss to Michigan, Colorado State was rated number 77 overall and 3rd in the Mountain West in the C.com preseason ratings. The Rams' top player from last season, David Roddy, is now with the Memphis Grizzlies, but they still return their 2nd and 3rd leading scorers from last season. Colorado State has opened this season with 4 straight wins, but are 2-3 in their last 5 with losses to Charleston, Penn State, and Northern Colorado. They are number 88 overall in the KenPom ratings. They are 67th in adjusted offensive efficiency. They are 115th, averaging 76.1 ppg, 20th, making 49.6% from the floor, 67th, hitting 37.2% from 3, and 237th, making 68.3% of their free throws. Colorado State played its first 7 games this season without 6 senior guard Isaiah Stevens, who is averaging 16.5 ppg and shooting 50% from the floor in 2 games since returning from foot surgery recovery. John Tonge, a 6'5 senior who is also back from last season, is averaging 15 ppg and 6.1 rebounds playing in all 9 games. The Buffaloes opened are rated 61st overall, according to KenPom. They are 97th in adjusted offensive efficiency, 210th in the country, averaging 71.3 ppg, 276th shooting 42.5% from the floor, 248th making 32.3% of threes, and 313th on 64.8% from the free throw line. Leading the way is KJ Simpson with 16.2 ppg. On defense, Colorado is 40th in adjusted efficiency and 188th, allowing 68.8 ppg. With both teams coming into this rivalry game off of a loss, I expect this to be a tightly contested and emotional battle. The Rams are viewed more as the little brother in this rivalry, but they have the talent and experience to win this game and are getting points to work with. Colorado State is a veteran team that has covered the spread in 5 of its last 7 road games against a team with a winning home record. The Buffaloes are harder to trust. Colorado is just 6-14-2 in its last 22 home games and has dropped its last 4 games overall. They have also played down to their competition at times, as seen in an 83-74 loss as a 14-point favorite to Grambling State earlier this season. Colorado State has shown how dangerous it can be with an 85-53 win as a 1-point favorite against South Carolina under their belt, and that was without Isaiah Stevens. Take the Rams to cover. Colorado is one of the fastest teams in the country and being at home, I expect them to control the pace of play here. The Rams don't really try to set a tempo, but rather play at the tempo of their opponent. The Rams are a team that likes to get lots of shots from deep put-up, and we can expect them to shoot a higher number than usual with the increase in possessions. Colorado has had trouble taking care of the ball, and those turnovers have equated into quick points for their opponents. The Rams have continued to struggle stopping opponents in the painted area, and the Buffalo should get several second-chance opportunities. The play is the over. Minnesota vs Michigan. The Michigan Wolverines are off to a 5-3 start this season in non-conference games thus far. This is their first Big Ten matchup. The Wolverines have not played an easy schedule, but they have lost 2 straight. They lost 70-68 to Virginia on November 29 and then followed that up with a 73-69 loss to Kentucky in a game played in London, England. Virginia is ranked number 3 in the country, while Kentucky is ranked number 16 nationally, so they are not losing to pushovers. The Minnesota Golden Gophers are off to a 4-4 start this season, and they have dropped their first Big Ten game to sit 0-1 in the conference. Minnesota doesn't yet have a quality win as they have beaten St. Francis, Western Michigan, Central Michigan, and California Baptist. They have compiled losses against DePaul, Virginia Tech, UNLV, and Purdue. And none of these losses were particularly close, with the closest game being a 71-62 loss at UNLV. In the loss to Kentucky on Sunday, the Wolverines only shot 39% and were out-rebounded 46-33. But they created 14 turnovers against Kentucky, and that led to 6 more shots from the floor, which allowed Michigan to keep it close enough to cover as an 8.5-point underdog. Center Hunter Dickinson led Michigan with 23 points and 9 rebounds, while Jet Howard had 16 points and 4 rebounds, and Kobe Buffkin poured in 11 points. Dickinson leads Michigan with 19.6 points and 9.1 rebounds per game. Michigan is ranked number 47 in the country by KenPom. In the loss on Sunday at 4th-ranked Purdue, the Golden Gophers got blown out 79-60 as a 19-point underdog. Minnesota got pounded on the glass, getting out-rebounded 41-21. They had no answer for Purdue's star center Zach Edey, who dropped 31 points and had a ridiculous 22 rebounds. Minnesota was led by Jamison Battle, who had 21 points with 5 three-pointers, while Talon Cooper added 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 8 assists. Joshua Ola Joseph added 10 points for Minnesota. The Golden Gophers are ranked number 151 in KenPom. Michigan is a lot better than their number 47 KenPom ranking would indicate, or their 5-3 record for that matter. Their 3 losses were all against excellent teams, falling at 8-1 Arizona State, losing by a bucket to number 3 Virginia, and blowing a late lead before losing against number 16 Kentucky. Minnesota does not yet have a quality win and got their doors blown in by Purdue most recently. They were manhandled by Zach Edey and a much larger, more physical Purdue team. Michigan poses the same type of problem for Minnesota with their dominant big man, Dickinson. I see an easy win for a superior Michigan team. Take the Wolverines to cover. Michigan is set to open Big Ten play in Minneapolis, coming off its London matchup with number 19 Kentucky, L73-69. Junior center Hunter Dickinson leads the Wolverines in points, 19.6 ppg, and rebounds, 9.1 rpg, for the 3rd straight season, and has the most blocks, 19, in the Big Ten. Freshman guard Jet Howard has recorded 6 consecutive double-digit scoring games and is the 2nd leading scorer at 15.3 points per contest, while sophomore guard Kobe Buffkin has scored double figures in 3 straight games, with 3 or more assists in 6 games during this campaign as well. Minnesota will be playing its first game at Williams Arena since November 17 and carries a 41-32 home advantage in the all-time series against Michigan. Head coach Ben Johnson and company beat the Wolverines 75-65 last season in Ann Arbor for the first time since 2011. Last time out, the Gophers were defeated by Purdue 89-70 as junior forward Jamison Battle, who missed the first 4 games of the season following a foot surgery, led the team with a season-high 21 points. Michigan and Minnesota have similar defensive efficiency stats, number 142 0.976, min number 143 0.97, and both fall outside of the top 220 teams in terms of pace, number 221, 67.3, min number 301, 65.6. I trust that too much to take the over here when both defenses allow 70 points or less on average and the Gophers post just 62.14 points per contest. This is an underplay for me. Michigan has fallen short of the total in 3 of its last 4 games, and the under is 5-2 in the last 7 games of this series. The total has gone under in 4 of Minnesota's last 5 games at home and 5 of its last 6 games played in December. Take the under 136 points.